In the Harris poll, we lead the primary field by more than 50 points, just came out, with Trump at 61 and DeSanctimonious at 11. And Birdbrain is at 6. Does anybody know who Birdbrain is? He said, hey, you can have her. I will never run against our president. He's one of the greatest presidents we've ever had. I will not run against our president under any circumstances. 4 months later, I'd like to announce my candidacy. What kind of people are these? These politicians out there. What kind of people do you have here? Ben, you're not that way. Ben is not that way. Better not be that. I'm not going to fight. But no, what kind of people are these? She's been proclaiming for so long that she would never run. I was a great president. You know, I put her in charge of the United Nations. Now, I must say, within the confines of this room on a Sunday, one of the reasons I did it was I happened to love the Lieutenant Governor of South Carolina, and we moved him. Henry McMaster, he's great. He's a great guy. So he became governor. So I liked it. I got 2 for the price of 1. I moved her over there. She was fine. But the big thing is she said I'd never run, and then she announced that she's going to run. She said it many times. I will never run against our president. He was a great president. Then she goes, I'd like to announce my candidacy. So we hit her hard. But Birdbrain, I call her Birdbrain. Highly overrated. She's a very highly overrated person. But DeSanctimonious is really overrated. Did anybody ever see anybody fall? I think it's got to be one of the worst campaigns in history. He was supposed to be young. He's this, that. He's going to be the future of the party. After people see him make about 3 speeches, that's the end of him. In the latest Ipsos poll of the general election, we're demolishing crooked Joe Biden 49-43. In the Washington Post, we're beating him by 11. Wasn't that a great one? Did you see it last week? Washington Post comes out that we're leading by 9, then they had to correct that to 10, then they had to correct it to 11 or something. But they said, this must be an outlier. This is an outlier. They spend $1 million in a poll, and they're trying to say, the poll is wrong. It's got to be wrong. I think their poll is right. We got to get out and vote, and we got to make sure they don't cheat. Keep your eyes open. Iowa, they love Trump. I'm up by about 40 points in Iowa. We're up by 40 points in Nebraska. Wisconsin, we're doing unbelievable. We're doing great. My people came back to me, sir, it doesn't sound good. It's condescending. What? Don't mention to Iowa that you know you're going to win. Say I'd like to win. I said, wait a minute. I do know I'm going to win. I gave him $28 billion. How the hell do I lose, right? I said that to him, Wesley. And the people in Iowa, they get it. And we're up, way up. We have a competition that's not so good there, or anywhere else for that matter. You see where Ron DeSanctimonious is now in 3rd place? Can you imagine? Birdbrain is number 2, Birdbrain. I will never run against our president. He was the greatest president. I will never run against him. Under no circumstances will I run against President Trump. 2 months later, ladies and gentlemen, I'm announcing my candidacy. I'm saying, what the hell happened to that one? But that's what you have in politics, with the exception of Wesley and Louis. And we have some, by the way, we have great people. Dan Patrick is great. He's a great guy. I hope you like him, but he's a great guy. He's the chairman of our campaign, right? And so many great ones. Ronnie Jackson, right? Troy, do we love Troy? I love Troy. You have a couple that I don't like too much, but we'll tell you about them around election time. We'll talk to you about that and as the election nears. But it's very simple. Very simple. So it's no wonder that crooked Joe Biden and his far-left lunatics are desperate to stop us by any means necessary, any means possible. They're weaponizing law enforcement for high-level election interference because we're beating them so badly in the polls. The polls are incredible. The Iowa State poll came out recently, just now, I think. Trump is 54%, DeSanctimonious is 18% and falling, and Birdbrain is 12%. Birdbrain. Nikki Birdbrain. Sir, I will never, ever vote against you. You're the greatest president in my lifetime. It's not that long. You know, she's not that old, actually. I would have preferred if she said in generations, but what is she, 54 or something? I'll take the 54, right? But you are the greatest president, sir. I will never. She'd said it over and over again. I will never. They ask her, will you ever run against? No, I will not. He's been a great president. I will not do it. 2 months later, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce my candidacy. It's Birdbrain. I know her well. She's not up to the job. In New Hampshire, DeSantis is down in 5th place. Did you know that? 5th. This is a fall like nobody's ever seen before. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to come in 5th, because he might come in 6th or 7th. Okay. And we're destroying crooked Joe Biden in the general by 5, 6, 7, 8, and in one case 11 points, in one case 14 points. In the battleground states, and those are in the battleground states. And we're leading the Republicans by a lot in New Hampshire. We're leading them by a lot in South Carolina, where we go after that. And then we're leading them by a lot in Nevada, like by 65 points or something. So, but this is so important because you are first in the nation. Look, I kept you first in the nation. I'm the one that, will you please give me a good show, at least out of it, okay? Please. Please. I mean, that's the least you can do. That's the least you can do. I mean, I got you 28 billion and I kept you in first place. Frankly, the cash is more important. The 28 billion is more important. But I got you 28 billion. I kept you in first place. Make sure that we win by a lot. Because, you know, if we win by a lot, I think all these characters cancel out. That's going to be the end of them. We got to get back. We got to beat the Democrats. We got to stop this nonsense. They have debates. They had a debate 2 weeks ago. I had an unbelievable rally in Hialeah, which is great. You know, it was incredible. It was like this. The place was packed, but it was thousands and thousands. It was a stadium. And I'm making a speech. I looked up. You couldn't get another person in the room. And I start, and then I notice the people from the way in the back up. This is a football stadium. So they start meandering down to the field. And the fake news said, there were empty seats. There were empty seats. No, there were no empty seats. They wanted to come down and be closer, so I could see them coming down. When I started, it was packed. Within 5 or 10 minutes, the people wanted to come down to the field, be a little bit closer. I understand that. Probably not supposed to do it, but who the hell's going to stop them? It's a lot of people, right? And the fake news said, we noticed empty seats. These people are the worst, okay? They are the worst. Fox News gave up on Ron DeSanctimonious. He's turned out to be a disaster. Now they're pushing Birdbrain. You know who that is? Nikki Haley. They just haven't learned, and probably they never will. It's just not happening. Kim Reynolds of Iowa has gone from a popular governor to the most unpopular governor in the entire United States of America. Not an easy feat. Her endorsement of Ron DeSanctimonious, who is 50 points down to me in the polls, has given him exactly 0 bounce. He's a wounded bird falling violently from the sky. I wonder what position Kim was promised in order to back someone who is so far down in the polls. I got Iowa first in the nation, ethanol security, and $28 billion for our great farmers in Iowa and Nebraska and Wisconsin and many other farming areas of our country. $28 billion for the farmers. I also protected Social Security and Medicare. DeSanctimonious and Nikki Haley did absolutely nothing. Make America great again. Wow, my poll numbers continue to go up, leading my opponents, including Crooked Joe, by a lot. Make America great again.